adventure time! Come on, grab your friends. We're going to very distant lands with Bitil, and then there's Quentin. The fun will never end. It's adventure time!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Clone Wars Weekly.
Quentin
And today,
he was Echo after that.
Quentin will be editing the show.
God, I can only imagine how this is gonna look.
Don't worry, I used hand sanitizer, so...
What?
Don't
Just
know.
say, we've been at this for 5 hours, well, Quentin and I have, and then Ronin showed up, and now we're doing it, so...
Hallelujah! Yes,
God,
it's me.
Quentin, we started at like 9, and it's like 1:30.
And today we are going to be doing some random topics because that's how we roll.
The way you
And-
think that's really depressing.
What can I say?
We have.
This Rodin's a bit depressed about what he's going to be having to do later.
He's gotta milk a cow.
I know, it's just going to suck.
I didn't churn butter.
I don't like farming
Start
at all.
the thing! Start the thing!
All right, let's first start off with a little topic about Star Wars Rebels.
God.
There's been, seen as Rebels is the main focus, you wonder how the Empire is going to be portrayed, specifically because they're generally the antagonists, the mindless goons, the buffoon baddies that you're there to thwart.
But at the same time, stormtroopers have also had personalities in the past, haven't they?
Especially since Clone Wars did so much in building up clone individual personalities. So,
Rebels
that
is not
brings
gonna
me
do
to
that.
my question of
Nope.
what role would you like to see stormtroopers and or the Empire in general play in Star Wars Rebels?
Wait, now is this what role I'd like to see them, or what role I think they're going to be doing?
Let's do, like, ideal for...
Okay, so what they're going to be doing is exactly like the movies. They show up, blast them, and they miss their target, and they run away. That's it.
That does sound very true.
What I
can
would
really...
like to happen is if they did some Clone Wars stuff where they... So, before the phone rang, and that's probably going to get it out, so you don't even know what I'm talking about. But, they're probably going to be lame, and that totally threw me off rhythm.
But what about what you'd want them to be like?
Well, they're stormtroopers, so I don't really care, because they're meant to just be cannon fodder anyway.
You were stating something that I was going to try and elaborate on, that stormtroopers are...
Assholes.
What?
Called them assholes.
They are actual individual people, and obviously there's going to be plenty that are just mere cannon fodder. I'd like to see some glimpses into their personalities, different
Yeah, I mean,
some were clones after all, and
yeah, like, clone troopers, clone troopers' opinions of stormtroopers, what they think of the new guys, or, like...
right, that was actually something I was going to bring up, the new guys, because in the EU lore, you often see that A, Palp's cloned a whole bunch of other people to be his stormtroopers, which is strange enough. And B, that there were plenty of recruits. So I'd like to see how they...
How will they treat them?
EU? Yeah.
And maybe they can have, like, main characters that are actually villains, but we actually can grow to like them.
Truth be
Wouldn't
told,
that be something
I
cool?
think you guys are over-exaggerating. What's gonna happen, the stormtroopers are gonna be like they are in the movie, just bland, pointless, random white guys in suits.
I
white
don't know,
suits.
like,
That's racist.
stormtroopers were the same way.
No, I meant the suits are white. The suits are white! No, but seriously, that it's gonna be like, they're just gonna be very bland, pointless. What if, like, the Empire isn't even, like, the stormtroopers aren't even, like, the highlight? Like, they're just sort of background.
You mean like what they did with the droids and the separatists for most of the Clone Wars
If they
show?
do that, the
Oh, I hope
show
they
is
don't
gonna
do
go
that.
downhill, like, immediately.
It's because that sucks. Because one of the biggest points of the Empire and the expanded universe is that they are individual people. They're not droids. So
Yeah, but the
I mean,
kids in that show were all dumbasses.
exactly.
We're all like, whoa, better not trip on that log. I would trip on it anyway.
That done that.
Oh my goodness, that was funny, except it hurt me at the same
I
time.
hate those droids. I hate them. I hate them all! They can all die in robot hell for all I care.
Or in a room where a bunch of robots scream at you.
That works too. No, but yeah, the stormtroopers are just gonna be like, blast them! And they're just gonna keep shooting at them. They get away, and that's the end of that scene.
In regards along that topic line, I was thinking about the Clone Wars earlier, and we often we're super critical,
We have to.
because
Too many
that's the way
people
we are.
Too many people.
In fact, that's the reason people listen to our show. Wait, is that the reason?
I don't know. They should leave a comment about that.
Nobody.
Yeah. Or is it because you found us due to us?
Ronin, sir, you sound like a stormtrooper with your mic on
Yeah, it's true.
With your mic volume
No,
on like
remember
full.
last week we were like, if you listen to this all the way, don't leave a comment. Everyone left like tons of comments.
I actually edited that part out. I
You
wanted.
moron! What is that? I was even about to post a comment saying, I guess none of you watched it all the way through. Okay, so what were you talking about?
The biggest missed opportunities of the Clone Wars show, because heck knows we criticize it a lot.
All right, let me lay it down for you. All of it.
All of it.
All of it.
All of it, eh?
Except the droid arc. Besides that, and the Night Sister arc. Besides that, all of it.
Technically, the Night Sister arc does count as
Even-
a missed opportunity, seeing as how it pans out later.
They totally missed out on putting Echo, Barriss, and Shuck T in the same season.
Even in the droid arc too, the Gregor thing, it just seemed like a random event that didn't really need to. Well, it had to happen, but the way they handled it was
Yeah, but they missed out on having Gregor fully in it.
and killing him off randomly, and he's dead.
Right.
For all you people that say he's not dead,
Hey, whoa!
shut up! No,
whoa,
he's
whoa.
dead. The explosion radius would just annihilate him. The armor can protect him, yeah, from minor explosions. I think people are forgetting. Yeah, commando armor's tough, sure, but if you put a guy right next to a freaking bomb that's enough to light up an entire ship, he's not walking away from that, is he?
You know what?
Honestly, I actually think there's a better chance of Echo surviving than Gregor. At least Echo flew away off
Gregor
screen.
was in the middle of that giant
was in-
explosion, so I
Yeah, he was enveloped by these giant multicolored gases
Exactly.
exploding.
So I have a feeling that everyone just wants him to be alive because he's like the only commando we got in the Clone Wars.
Because he's a commando, yeah.
But I mean, I liked Gregor, but they didn't use him well enough at all, really.
I definitely liked Gregor,
He
but
just
Morgan.
died. They brought him in, dead. Didn't even wait like till the next episode.
Yeah.
What if Gregor had been the one to sacrifice himself while staying on the ship?
What is the point exactly? Yeah, exactly. Then they wouldn't have to do the thing with R2
That
being
would've
rebuilt
been much
magic.
better.
Yeah.
Would have been good.
And then it could go out you don't see Gregor explode on.
Well,
the ship.
you'd see the ship explode, and you'd think, oh, well, he was in there. He probably got roasted.
I'm not one to gawk over explosions, but I still love that explosion.
Yeah.
Everyone's going crazy over it. It's just an explosion. Calm down.
Anyway.
Missed opportunities. There were
Yeah, well, I mean,
Having Barriss and Echo in the same episode. They already did that with
definitely
Shuck T and Echo, but I want Barriss and Echo.
I'll give you another missed opportunity. Okay,
go ahead.
one word. Grievous.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then again,
no.
they made him more like the movie.
Movie version?
Yeah,
True.
I get they did that, but in the movie,
I just wish that why didn't they keep his actually decent backstory and then try to make him closer to the movie version, you know?
main missed opportunity that one was, and the whole Gungan rapage thing was kind of dumb.
Oh yeah.
Just saying. I mean, if anyone's still thinking about that, I know we are. Well, I know I.
I don't think there's a single person that properly should like that episode.
Yet people do.
Yeah, that's
Even
true.
people who hate Grievous would like that episode.
Well, I'm not a Grievous fan, but the Shadow Warrior was terrible.
Right, that's a
Yeah.
missed opportunity right there. Could have mass Gungan slaughter, and then you get Grievous getting pricked by sticks and bound up like a dumbass.
There's tons.
They
and
put
tons.
They put balls on his head.
They did put balls on his head. Another missed opportunity I can definitely say would be the mall arc.
Yeah, because of its ending.
Not just like the way they executed it. I think they could have done it much.
They led up very nicely, like
No.
time wise, but
No. Well, the first episode revival was completely pointless and didn't need to happen at all.
I'm glad you guys see that.
Vizsla could have just stumbled across Maul anyway. It wouldn't have made a difference. That whole episode didn't change anything.
Nothing happened, and some people, I've actually heard some people say that they liked the fact that Maul was portrayed as somewhat weak and being beaten in that episode.
Why would that be a good thing? I don't.
So it shows him as being more human or something like that.
he's not human.
He's not human.
He's a dude
missing.
with legs.
There's no excuse.
He's a weird dude with
anymore.
leg issues.
He's not human. Let me tell you, he's not meant to be human. He's a Zabrak for one. But
besides the fact that he's the main villain, and this is your introduction for this season to him, you know?
Kind of a bad payoff or way to start. But then like the whole thing where they use one entire episode to show them building up this whole army thing, but then only to have that army be completely useless in the next episode.
You know what would have been awesome?
No, mate.
Not showing them at all build up their army, just randomly being
no. Then you run in.
That would be, that would leave.
No, then you'd look at it and be like, where the hell did those guys come from? That would be pretty good.
Point given.
Yeah, but I mean, like, to dedicate an entire episode to it, I don't know. I guess it's sort have showed how they. Now they just f***ed up. But then the fact that they don't even like mention the armies of criminals after like the third episode, it's like what?
Right, exactly.
Wait, what happened to them?
Yeah, I don't know. I think this is died.
That is an excellent point. I never noticed that. Where the heck did they go?
So many plot holes left unturned. And then the whole thing with Vizsla taking over Mandalore, I did like that, but I would have liked to have actually seen him as Mandalore's leader for a bit longer. Just like
right.
New type of armor and all that, like Mandalore Lord armor,
I think
like
he would
that.
run.
I rule Mandalore now.
Run Mandalore much better than Satine would have, to be honest with you.
Well, assuming that we count Friend in Need is non-canon, which leads me to my biggest missed opportunity of the Clone Wars. A Friend in Need, an episode that shouldn't ever have existed. Like, there are some filler episodes, but that one everyone seems to love it, and yet it was terrible.
Who loves it?
No, everyone I talk to, anyone is ever a fan of our show or a fan of the Clone Wars, I'll message them and say, so how about that terrible Friend in Need? And they're like, but I liked it.
What's so good about it?
What do you like about it?
What was so good about it?
You have the Death Watch coming back, I guess. There's this pretty looking planet, and then absolutely nothing happens.
Well, a lot of bullshit happens. People getting cut up and roasted alive. Oh, and head decapitations.
But who cares?
It's a kid's show. For kids!
Yeah!
Hey, maybe that's the reason they like it. Random darkness. I don't care. It doesn't bother.
Random. And that whole subplot with R2 fixing the droids seemed kind of dumb.
There's a bajillion ways you could have improved that episode, made it mean something.
Made it not happen. Oh,
that episode is actually the reason that I hate Lux Bonteri. He was annoying originally, but that one just made me loathe his character.
I never liked him anyway. Just because he was very...
And it almost ruined Ahsoka for me. She runs off forgetting all about those villagers.
Well, they all died anyway, so it's nothing you can do.
Exactly, because Ahsoka runs away and doesn't...
No, they died before she ran away.
No, they didn't. Have you ever played Clone Wars Adventures? They're all still around.
See, the fact that you consider that game canon just...
Well, it's still more interesting.
Begs the question, do people have the right to make their own personal canon?
That is actually an interesting question.
See,
Yeah, I like that transition.
see,
I personally applaud myself for
it
that.
depends on how far they're willing to express themselves and sort of
I-
say that this is my canon, you should abide.
Right, that's an excellent point.
I
Has the right to be able to make their own interpretation
Of
of
course.
these fictional
It
events.
just depends on how far they're willing to go to sort of push their opinions on it. Like we could give Corey as an example here, saying how Orson Thing is dead for some reason.
Yeah, that was always interesting.
He thinks Orson Thing's dead. I don't know why. I think he died in one of his stop motions or something.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and then he's like, whenever I talk to him, he's like, "No, she's dead now." I'm like, "But no."
How about the people that treat the prequels as non-canon?
Well, you can't really treat it as non-canon because it did happen, like it or not. It's already done. You can't say that's non-canon. Well, it is. As much as you don't like it, that's not gonna change the fact that it's canon.
What about Echo?
I'm not even gonna get it.
What about Echo?
Well, we're on the subject.
See,
so
the fact
No, we're not.
See, the fact that you're saying that you're mentioning Echo when we're talking about personal canons makes me beg the question that is he truly dead or is his death not happening in your own personal canon?
See, the thing is, it's not a personal canon because Dave himself agrees with me.
What? Always resort. He said he'd bet.
Eat it, sock puppets!
No, but he said he'd rather bet on Gregor being alive.
He said that, yeah.
And?
He did.
And Gregor was enveloped by an explosion.
See, the fact that he didn't even specify if Echo was alive.
I like Gregor more.
I think it's just because he didn't want to disappoint the Echo fans.
There's only one Echo fan.
You know what I mean.
That hurt. You know that?
Life hurts. Speaking of life, KOTOR and the whole Old Republic-y, the universe way back when. Is that canon? Or is that EU?
That's an excellent topic because...
Of course it is. You came up with
it. You buffoon.
That's what it says in the chat. Ronin posted, 1:10.
Way to break the sense of realism right there.
It's like fourth.
But yeah.
Not as cool.
But KOTOR, it's its own universe, and the Old Republic follows that along with it. How about KOTOR 2? People try to ignore that one, but it's still canon. And the point being, a lot of EU is being erased these days. I don't care what you people think. Everything that happens after Star Wars Episode 6 is non-canon
Well,
now.
until Episode 7, 8, 9 comes out.
Right, exactly.
Right. But I do believe that the Tor and the KOTOR, that is canon.
Right.
Because that did, apparently, Lucas considers that crap canon, so...
Yeah, because it's before all the episodes.
That's the reason right there why it's main canon, because no one ever seems to be paying too much attention to that era. It's all in the Clone Wars or in the future of it, because...
Well, yeah, but I mean, the whole KOTOR Tor era does intertwine with the prequels and how the whole Rule of Two came to be, how the Sith became extinct, so it does tie in. So right. You can't just say that's non-canon, that didn't happen. Well, it did kind of happen, that's why the Rule of Two was there. Duh.
But my point being that since no one else in Lucasfilm is paying any attention to that era, BioWare and whatnot has full control over what the Old Republic type era was. And I believe since they have the Lucasfilm grant, they have that era as canon, essentially. I hope that doesn't change, honestly. They have a good thing going.
So, speaking of canon, how about that Force Unleashed?
Oh, yes.
That is canon.
See, that's what drives me nuts. How do they go from KOTOR 2, the Old Republic, which are all actually fantastic games, and at least do a story,
Can I just say that this is some f***ed up chair I'm sitting on, and I've sat on some f***ed up chairs in my time, but this is like, what is going on here?
I like chairs.
It's like squeaking when I turn. What the hell is going on over here?
How do they go from?
Wait, my chair's jacked up.
My goodness.
Yeah, nothing to do about it. Okay, so I got a thing to say about the whole Force Unleashed thing. Now, these two games, well, mostly the second one, I think. It basically, what I've come to really hate is the fact that it makes Vader and I guess you could say Boba Fett look like complete and total utter little biatches. Let's say biatches. And all the promotional art, you see them getting their asses handed to them.
Pretty much.
In all the trailers, Vader's getting like his ass hauled through walls, and he's getting like his helmet thrown off and his face nuts kicked in, and then you get like Boba Fett getting his ass kicked, and you don't even fight him in the game. And then
unless you count the Ultimate Sith Edition, which is completely
that's not canon. But but then you see like and I'm just wondering, why would they make a mockery out of like these esteemed characters that people like? I don't know. I guess it's the whole thing where you're powerful enough to kick both their asses now, so you should play this game because you get to fight them. And we don't even fight Boba Fett again. Why would they? That the second game was much stupider than the first game. I can say that.
At least the first one wrapped up its own storyline fairly well.
It should have just ended.
Yeah.
But then it brings the second one in.
I'm hoping that they will never continue that series.
They are. They're going to make a third one.
They are?
I think so, yeah.
Well, it seems unlikely, seeing
how Vader's stuck in a box.
Well, I know. After that point, they were just like, we've messed up so much. We can't recover from
They got to show how Vader gets out of the box.
It's like episode 1. They have to finish it somehow.
I'm assuming there's only one way they can finish it. All these characters die.
Oh, that's not fair. I did like some of them.
Well, see, Kota, for instance.
I liked Juno. I liked Coda.
You like Juno?
Yeah.
Well, what's so great about her?
I like the sort of character that's, British and sort of can fly.
That explains it.
Wait, no! There's more! She's not just some random bland...
She is!
No, she's an Imperial flight coordinator.
I don't care. She's not very good. Coda is probably the most interesting character of the team,
Wait,
but...
I wasn't even done saying which
The least interesting character of the team is Starkiller.
Wait, no, I got more for you. If you, there's that one guy in the Wii version. I only played the Wii version once. It's like this Gungan bounty hunting.
Oh,
named Cleef. Yeah, Cleef.
Cleef.
Oh my God, what a dumbass!
I remember that scene so well.
Because
I played the PS2 version of the game originally.
I liked Cleef, but
no,
I
liked the same as the Wii.
No, but I like Juno. She was fun.
I'm not fond of Juno.
But she didn't do much in the second game though. That's sort of where it fell apart. I was like, no. However,
she was there to be the person in distress.
That is true. He gets captured by Boba Fett. But the whole thing with Boba Fett being like built up to like the major.
Why was he there?
Yeah,
I don't know. Fan service is the word you'd use, but it's like in Spider-Man 3 where they introduce all these random characters for fan service, and then none of them pay off well.
Crap.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was though, because Boba Fett's there for what reason?
Right, he sounds like a stormtrooper.
No, he captured Juno.
Yeah, I know. You don't get to fight him or anything.
No, you don't fight him. You don't fight him. You just sort of look at him in one cutscene and you never see him again. I hate that so much. I hate the second one.
And yet, this series has the official canon of Lucasfilm. How does that work? Starkiller rips a Star Destroyer out of the sky. That doesn't exactly fit in with what other people do.
I don't even think Revan could pull off that shit.
No, he
Revan
can't.
couldn't even, and he was like one of the most powerful Force users of all time.
Right.
Quoting that, but like, and then you get like this guy randomly. He uses one hand. He just reaches up and then boom, it's on the ground. Like, wait, what? I remember in the trailer. That's like the first scene you see.
Right. Exactly.
That's
that was the
like
promotion.
hooked everyone. You're like, oh. Look at that guy. And then he holds his lightsaber backwards. I think that's what caught people's attention too. He's like, yeah, well, there's dummies. He can't even hold his lightsaber right. But then he's like pulling Stardust, and he's like grabbing TIE fighters out of the sky and like whipping them around like they're boomerangs. Dang!
It's just it makes the micro series look tame, and that's.
You did have dirt.
Well, maybe not, but still.
It's just I don't know why they could have been good.
But the first game had some hints of being good. I think
it wasn't good.
Right.
Man, if Corey was here, he would have flipped out. Maybe we should bring Corey in for a second. Okay, well, we're not going to see what Corey thinks about this, because he's not there. Okay.
But I still got to play the jazz music.
Okay, no, you're not. Okay, so to wrap up this podcast, you're usually supposed to say that, but, so, all in all, Starkiller sucks.
Yeah, that's
Troopers need character development.
And
Ronin doesn't care what you think.
No. And the droid...
It doesn't matter what you think!
Oh, the droid arc is the best arc of all of Clone Wars.
Young Jedi for me.
Droid arc?
Echo. The
droid arc kicks your ass so hard that fire comes out your neck.
Can I have to edit that out,
you have to bleep it when I swear.
Yeah. That would actually be a pretty good thing to say, though.
It's true. No, the droid arc...
To all those haters, that is exactly the truth, unfortunately. For them...
I guess the fire hasn't turned out their yet.
Droid arc is based!
See, I love how people are like, the Maul arc is your best arc because it's dark and got a bunch of villains. Maybe it would be good if the villains didn't suck!
Exactly the truth.
Maybe if Maul and Savage and Vizsla didn't all completely just suck eggs.
Imagine if Savage was actually developed well, based off of what he was like in the Night Sister.
They should have fused Savage and Maul's character.
Yes.
Just, like, have Maul's personality and then Savage would have been like the sort of smart tactician. He would have been like big and brutish and powerful too.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been.
Well, I know that was probably never what they intended for his character. They could have at least done something interesting with him because it seemed like they were going to.
Like maybe
himself.
Like what
Didn't Dave Filoni himself say that they lost the purpose for Savage once they brought Maul back?
That is true. Yeah.
He did. It was in one of his behind-the-scenes videos.
See, the thing what they should have done was Savage sort of gets entailed with Vizsla, and Vizsla should have been the one formulating this plan to take over Mandalore. But he wouldn't need a bunch of random dumb criminals. Why would, well, I guess to do the whole thing where, we'll throw them in there, cause some trouble, and we'll capture them to look like badasses.
Right.
I guess, but then never to speak of them again. It was just, no! Why? It's so lame. Ugh, that arc. It had some good things, but...
It definitely had some good things. Let's say Bo-Katan, for instance. And,
been used more.
Ah, that's true. I still understand the sister thing!
That is kind of weird. They don't really look like sisters, do they?
No, they don't.
And then you get, like...
We've gotten really off topic.
Well, Quentin can...
We're wrapping it up.
No, we're making it more difficult for Quentin to edit.
Bye.
One other thing, I just gotta say, the Vizsla Maul fight was better than the Palpatine Maul fight. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That fight was very underwhelming.
Well, for me, I guess I can see that, but I do like seeing Maul getting his ass kicked.
See, it started out really good when they were in the thing. The fight looked good, and then it just sort of went it went all Clone Wars cartoony-ish, and...
But doesn't it make you feel happy seeing Maul just
No, because he didn't die!
Darn. Back to that concept of personal cannons. I like to assume that Palps just torched him afterwards.
Yeah,
what was I thinking? Tim Curry invaded my mind for a second. Wow, that was weird.
Because saying, I'll keep you alive and then killing you is totally something he would do. That makes all the more. But then saying.
Bombshell.
But then saying there can only be two, and then saying I'll keep you alive. I have plans for you.
See, that
I guess you
doesn't make-
technically count as 2.5, considering the leg thing.
He's missing his gizmos. But that's
That
not
is
the point.
good. That is genius,
Wait,
Clinton.
Weren't we wrapping this up?
2.5 Sith.
That's actually.
Oh my gosh. That needs to be a show.
Need to turn it into like a meme or something. 2.5 Sith.
Yes.
Have like cities,
Alright.
wall and Svaj. And... Hey, Alex, get on it. We're
Yes,
paying
we're
you
on.
by the hour. I wonder
Thank you for watching the Clone Wars Weekly podcast.
who listens to this anyway.
Am I your host? Do I count as the host?
You count whatever the heck you want to be. Wrap it up.
Oh, okay. I'm your host. I've been your host today again, even though I was said to never be the host again last week. And I hope you enjoyed it. I'm Echo. I love Echo and Barris and Chuck T and Clone Wars and Camino and Kamino.
Follow us on Facebook and then follow
Oh yeah,
us.
like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on the YouTube, which is what we're broadcasting on right now. If you're not on YouTube, go onto it right now and subscribe. Like the video, comment,
Wait, if they weren't on YouTube, how could they be listening to this?
do the tweets,
Oh,
and
Jesus.
ta-da!